Part 2. You will hear an introduction from a tour guide about suggestions for an island. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Hello everyone, I'm Hazel, the guide from Travel Light Agency. Since we mentioned the trip to Moona Island in the last programme, we've received several online messages from those who have been there. As a result, we've collected some helpful do's and don'ts for new visitors, which will hopefully help you to know the island better and enjoy your stay to the fullest. The first suggestion is about tips. Although tipping is required in most circumstances in Moona Island, the amount you should give differs significantly. If you take a taxi, there is no set rate on how much you should leave to the driver. Someone may give a generous tip if he thinks the service is fantastic. It's up to you entirely. However, if you go to the hairdressers or enjoy a meal in a restaurant and the bill comes with no service charge, a 10% tip is advisable. Moona Island has got relatively good medical service. If you get sick, the quickest way is to ask the hotel to arrange an English-speaking doctor for you. But remember, it's not a complimentary service. The other alternative is to visit the local clinic, and you have to prepare for the charge as well. I should remind you that the medical service on the island can be pricey, so it's better to buy your insurance before you leave. When you visit Moona Island, you'll see the notice nearly everywhere. Tap water is safe to drink, but you might not get used to its weird taste because it contains minerals. In this case, you can buy bottled water sold in every shop, but you'd better make sure the sealed lid is untouched, as the locals often put tap water into the bottle.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
Then I'll focus on transportation in Moona Island. The bus is the most commonly used means of transportation for local residents. Although there aren't many bus lines, they're always on time. However, some people complained that the road was so bumpy that they even got nausea and dizziness. As a result, it's not a good choice if you want to sit peacefully and relax on the way. And another thing is, before you jump on the bus, inquire of the driver about where the bus will go. Unlike most cities, here in Moona Island, you cannot find the destination shown in front of the bus or at the bus stop. Maybe you found the bus service is not so enjoyable. In that case, you can always rent a car. If you choose this way, I advise you to prepare well beforehand. Although some taxi companies provide car rental services, many visitors sometimes find nobody answering the phone. So leave this way when you are in a hurry. It's wise to compare several car rental companies online beforehand, as the price may vary a lot. Booking via hotel may be overcharged, as it contains a 10% commission, so it's also not advisable. More importantly, don't forget to check with the company what the price covers in detail, like daily rental expenses, car insurance, commission, etc. It usually includes unlimited mileage too, but fuel is excluded. If you don't want to drive, a taxi is the quickest and most comfortable way, although few are available on Muna Island. If you want to find a taxi quickly, it's not a good idea to reserve through the taxi company, as sometimes you'll have quite a wait, especially in the rush hour. The easiest way is just waving your hands on the street to stop the taxi. Otherwise, the driver will drive away directly after he drops off the guests. Oh, another thing is, I have to remind you that there is no meter for taxis in Muna Island, so before you jump in the taxi, you'd better negotiate with the driver about how much you're going to pay. For example, if you take a taxi from the airport at night, it may cost you. So confirm the price before you get in. Okay, that's all about the tips for Muna Island that I want to share today. And are there any questions?
That is the end of Part 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers to Part 2.